3Hopeful Hearts provides grief-informed support to empower and equip those impacted by the death of a baby or child of any age, while increasing grief literacy in our larger community. So our mission statement, I hesitate to even say it's new because it is still focused on the same compassionate work that we've been doing for 16 years here in Northern Colorado. We will continue to be focused on the needs of those impacted by the death of a baby or child of any age. We wanted to be clearer in the beginning part of our mission statement of the exact work that we do. So that's really the only revision we made to the beginning of our mission statement. I think what is important is the addition of the last part of our mission statement. When you hear that we are wanting to increase grief literacy, what exactly does that mean? To us as an organization and our stakeholders and our board of directors, what that means is that we want to do everything we can to assure that the circles around those that are impacted by this tragedy of the death of a baby or child are also educated about how to support those grieving this unnatural and ultimate loss. And our culture doesn't do a very good job of that. So we really feel like 3Hopeful Hearts can help in that way of helping literally our village of people, whether it be our sisters, our coworkers, our church communities, understand what this type of grief means for those impacted.
My name is Jen Keim, and 3Hopeful Hearts has been supporting me for the last year, almost to the day. Coming to 3Hopeful Hearts and speaking with women who have gone through profound loss, and men too at times, there's a validation to that you can't get when you're talking with people who don't have that experience. There's always somebody here who can understand and who can talk to you. And it's a place where you can really tell your story and your child's story, and it's heard. The first time that I drove past 3Hopeful Hearts and I read the sign above the door that said grief support after the loss of a child, I remember feeling so sad and thinking that place can't possibly be for me. And then I walked through the door and I will never stop coming here.
So my name is Scott Summers, and my son Ethan passed away in January of 2021. I was looking for organizations to reach out to, and when I called 3Hopeful Hearts, I got a hold of Betsy. It's a rare find. You're not going to find this intimate of an organization that provides a lot of opportunities for people to mourn.
We also certainly want to be a part of people returning to their workplace if that's something that they choose to do during their grief journey. And part of that is to assure that when people do go back to work, that there is not this taboo around speaking their child's name, around offering support. The workplace is such an important part of our identity, and then to lose support just because of fear. And there is a lot of fear around child loss. Will I say the right thing? Will I not say, should I say nothing? And to ease that transition back into a work environment is also certainly part of our grief literacy outreach.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I am a supported mom. After I lost my son, I didn't think that going back to the same job was even possible. I wasn't the same person, and there's no way that I could do what I had been doing. I really couldn't hear one more person say that I could try again, or that, at least we can have more kids, or anything along those lines, like all of those things that were well-meaning, but so incredibly hurtful. People just didn't get it, and I needed to be somewhere where people got it.
I'm Erin Hall, and I'm a supported mom at 3Hopeful Hearts. The biggest impact has been on my husband and my oldest son and myself and our understanding of grief. And maybe even more than that, 3Hopeful Hearts meeting with Malcolm's friends and his friends' moms and all of my coworkers and our neighbors and our families, and helping everybody that surrounds us understand grief and not be afraid of our sadness. But 3Hopeful Hearts joined one of our all-staff meetings, and what it did for me was I just felt so loved and supported when I did come back to work. I sensed that people weren't afraid to talk to me, that they learned a lot about grief, that they learned that it doesn't have a timeline, that I'm not going to be done grieving after 2 weeks or after a year. They learned that it's okay to say Malcolm's name, and that, in fact, I love it. It just really set a very open, safe opportunity for us to talk about hard stuff that you don't always talk about in the workplace.
And we also have been asked by many local school districts to assure that students and youth have the ability to know what grief looks like, to normalize it at very young ages. We've been asked to come into the middle schools and high schools and provide education to those that maybe have never been impacted by something that's really tough to deal with, whatever that loss looks like.
Hi, my name is Brooke Wagner. I'm a part of a program called Peer Counseling, and our students support other students in the building. So they are leaders in the building who support students academically, emotionally, and 3Hopeful Hearts has come in and done trainings with our peer counselors and circled up and talked about grief and talked about what that feels like and that it needs to be talked about. And there are safe people to talk about loss. And I think that's really important on a peer-to-peer level, that they can connect on things that are difficult to talk about. We have 3Hopeful Hearts coming in to work with all of our peer counselors and ambassadors, so 150 students, and 3Hopeful Hearts will be working with them in smaller groups to train them in talking about it and different coping strategies that they can share with their peers, and being open to having difficult conversations about loss. And they're also doing, with our peers at the school I work with, they're also doing a follow-up session to go even deeper into how students can guide those conversations and walk students through their journey, but also connect them with outside resources. I just think 3Hopeful Hearts is a wonderful organization, and it is all heart. I mean, there's so many hearts. I mean, the 3 founders, but it has filled so many hearts, and I'm just honored to be a part of this.
So yes, our mission statement has been revised, but it certainly has not changed what we do on a day-to-day basis at 3Hopeful Hearts, which is to provide the most compassionate care we possibly can to those impacted by the death of a baby or child, and to see them at each stage of their journey and meet them where they're at and offer what they let us know they need.